What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Last night's slate is looking amazing for the squad. Let's go ahead and get straight into this Friday slate. Super excited. Nice size main slate. Got some good matchups on here. Let's get straight into the high five. Drop a comment down below to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that we do every week on this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already, and make sure you join me for the live show at 3 p.m. Central on this channel. All right, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Pitching. Zack Greinke and Griffin Canning are the two pitchers I am leaning towards. Zack Greinke is going to be pitching in Miami against a horrible Miami offense. He's getting a huge park upgrade going to Miami. It's a very righty-heavy Miami lineup going against a very good strikeout-throwing pitcher in Zack Greinke. I absolutely love Zack Greinke at 10-5. He is my favorite pitcher on this slate. All right, now, on the second pitcher, Griffin Canning is at home in LA going against a Baltimore team taking a huge park downgrade going over to LA. I absolutely love Griffin Canning here in this matchup at 7-2. He is a very, very solid option. He's been fairly consistent at home other than his last game at home against Houston, but that's the Houston offense. There's a big difference between the Houston offense and Baltimore's offense. So I think Griffin Canning, just like Suarez is doing very well last night, Griffin Canning has a good spot to do very well in this matchup at 7-2. Now, if you want to save some money, there's another guy that I was debating going with, and that is Kikuchi. Kikuchi is only 5'9". He gets the great ballpark in Seattle going against a horrible Detroit offense. Okay, same kind of reason why we liked the guy from yesterday for Seattle. Okay, same type of reason. They're super cheap, and they both have a good possibility of hitting value at only 5'9". So if there ends up being some bats you need to pay for, I do not fault you for going down from Canning to Kikuchi. But if you have the money left over, go ahead and go to Canning's safety over Kikuchi, and you're good to go. All right, let me go ahead and put Canning back in here real quick. There we go. All right, now for the bats, Justin Turner at 4-4. This Dodger lineup is one of the offenses I really like on this slate. Going against Anibal Sanchez, who gives up a ton of hard contact to both sides of the plate. Really love this Dodger offense, and they're getting a park upgrade going to Washington instead of the Dodger Stadium is much more of a pitcher-friendly ballpark than Washington is. So they're getting an upgrade. These guys already have tremendous power. We've seen the type of runs they put up even in Los Angeles. So going to Washington, I really like them going against a really bad pitcher who gives up hard contact, like I said, and a high fly ball rate. And at only 4-4, it gives you exposure to that offense. So that is why I love Justin Turner. First of all, Turner is a reverse splits guy. He hits righties very, very well. Okay. So don't think just because it's righty-righty you shouldn't play him. Just like I said in the live show the other day, like play Justin Turner, even though it's a righty matchup. Play Justin Turner because he smacks righties. I forget who he was playing against, but he ended up going crazy. In this same type of situation, you're getting exposure to one of the top offenses on the slate at only 4-4. So I love Justin Turner. Next up, Austin Meadows is going against a horrible pitcher, Wagwaspak. I have no idea how to say his name, but this Toronto pitcher is absolutely dreadful. The entire Toronto bullpen is dreadful. So Austin Meadows at 4-5 gives us that lefty-righty power against Wagwaspak. Austin Meadows has had an amazing season. I don't even know why I keep saying this Wagwaspak dude's names because I know I'm screwing it up so badly. But hey, I know y'all. Hey, I know you guys like to laugh. Well, there you go, Wagwaspak. All right. Anyways, Austin Meadows at 4-5. He just gives us that power, like I said, against a bad pitcher. And even when this dude leaves the game, there's going to be a bunch of bad pitchers coming in after him for Toronto. So I love Austin Meadows at 4-5. Last but not least, I know Upton is going against the Wojciechowski, the Cy Young Award winner. And I know I told you guys and I joked about, oh, unless it's against him, I'm starting against this Baltimore team and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, man. I got to see the dude do it a little more than that. You know what I mean? Before that last start, he hadn't really done a damn thing. And then all of a sudden, he just goes out and has the best start of his entire career, probably better than he ever did in AAA. And, you know, I'm thinking that maybe it's just kind of a one-time thing. I'm not expecting him to go out and do that again. If he does, then crown him as the champ, the Cy Young Award winner, and just move on. But I don't expect that, okay? And I do love this Angels offense. They're a very good offense. That's another reason why I don't like this Baltimore dude. And he's only 3'9". So Upton's very cheap. He's one of those guys who smacks righties throughout his entire career. Has always been very good versus righties. And I love him at 3.9. Gives me exposure to another offense that I'm really going to like here. Against this guy that a lot of people might shy away from because of his performance last week. I encourage you to not, don't be too scared. All right. He's not a great pitcher. He did great his last start, but he's still not a great pitcher. And like I said, that's probably the dude's best start of his entire career, even from AAA. Don't expect that to happen again against this amazing Angels offense in Los Angeles. All right. And that's it, guys. Zach Greinke, Griffin Canning, or Kikuchi. Justin Turner, Austin Meadows, and Justin Upton is the high five. Now you know what time it is. Time for the dinger calls. I mentioned Nelson Cruz yesterday against Giolito, even though it's Giolito. And what did he do? He goes out and hits 3 home runs, unless he hit another one and I didn't see it. Maybe he got 4, but he smacked. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. Now, I know they're facing the Cy Young Award winner, but I'm going to go with Trout and Ohtani once again, and Upton from this Atlanta Angels offense. I'm going to say Trout, Ohtani, Upton. Another guy that I really like is Cody Bellinger against Anibal Sanchez. All right. Another guy that I'm really into, I know I mentioned his name a lot. He's just got crazy power, and we've actually had really good luck putting him in the home run calls. Hunter Renfroe has been doing great ever since we've been putting him in the home run calls, so I like him against Samardzija. We've got Jock Peterson, another Dodger, going against Anibal Sanchez. We got Josh Donaldson going against Jake Arrieta. Love that matchup for Josh Donaldson. Cole Calhoun against the Cy Young Award winner. Max Muncy, another Dodger. Love him. And then we will end it off with, let me give you a cheap one. Let me look for a cheap home run call for you guys real quick. Cheap. It's a tough one, man. But I'm going to go ahead and say Soler once again, going against Plesac for Cleveland. I'm going to go Jorge Soler. I love that dude. He is my favorite hitter of all time. And I'm going to go with him as the cheap dinger call. And don't sleep on Paul Goldschmidt as well. The dude's been super hot lately, and he is always a threat to dinger when that dude gets hot. And other than that, thank you guys for joining me. As always, drop a like before you head out. Subscribe to the channel, and join me at 3 p.m. Central for the live show, man. I've been having a lot of fun with you guys. Come ask your questions and come hang out with your boy. Like the video down below. And